Hello friends, today I am going to talk about a very easy and interesting topic, reconciliation. What is the reconciliation for? It is for profits that we compute under cost accounting and profits that we compute under financial accounting. Now before I talk about their logics, reasons and format, I'll just like to go about first reconciliation that you must have ever studied in plus one or in CA Foundation. You must have studied bank reconciliation statement. Is this statement in our syllabus? No. I'm just giving you a base with the help of which you can understand why we are doing the reconciliation. Now, what happened in that topic? Why did you create reconciliation? The bank balance that I computed as per my books of accounts do not tally with the bank balance as per passbook or as per banking records. I'm trying to see why the balances are different. Why my books and bank books for same account are not matching. I find causes of difference. Like I deposited check, they are yet to credit. There was a check issued but not presented. The bank people, they credited interest, but I did not put in my books. Somehow my accountant did one wrong entry or recorded a wrong amount. Bankman did some wrong entry, somebody else account entry, they put in my account. Maybe withdrawal, maybe deposit, whatever. So I find the differences. I place in front of me my record and bank statement. Tick, 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 tick. Whatever are differences, I compile them in a statement called bank reconciliation statement. So what did we do in this? Used to reconcile differences between bank balance as per our records and as per bank records. Now this could be made in add-less format, plus minus format, debit credit format. Being an accounting guy, I love debit credit format. In any case, all formats give you same information with different type of disclosures. This is all about basics, bank reconciliation statement. Is that relevant in your costing exam? No. We are studying a different reconciliation. I'm writing our topic for the day. Reconciliation of profits, losses computed under cost accounting system with profits, losses computed under financial accounting system. When we are creating different set of books, one under financial accounting, another under cost accounting. At the end of the year, for same transactions under their own concepts, they are computing profits or losses, but those profits losses may not tally with each other. So my MD says, kindly sit, find the differences, make a reconciliation statement so that we can understand what they charged, you did not charge, what you charged, they did not charge, or what are the different amounts charged. All differences put in one statement called reconciliation statement. Here also it can be made in debit credit format. It can be made in debit credit format, plus minus format, add less format. I will focus on this debit credit. It can be converted into the other two categories, but we will mainly focus on debit and credit. Under debit credit format, it is called memorandum reconciliation account. Memorandum reconciliation account. That is what we'll understand in detail. Now, before going there, I'm going to give you a list of items which may be causing the difference. Now, there are some conceptual differences. There can be some errors which you can find out for sure. You have to keep in front of you cost sheet which shows profit as per cost accounting, or costing P&L which shows you profit as per costing, and financial accounting, trading and P&L account. Then you check items, tick, 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 tick. Those which tally, no difference. Those which are different, that is a difference. Recorded only here, recorded only there, recorded in both but with different amounts. That is what we are looking for. Based on that, we will be able to make the reconciliation statement. Once you understand debit credit, it can be converted into plus minus or add less. Conversion I can easily teach you. But your focus should be on debit credit. Being an accounting guy, focus much more on debit credit. I am more comfortable with debit and credit. First you are writing with me. Main causes of difference in computing profits under cost accounts and financial accounts. I am just giving you a list. The list can never be exhaustive. It is only the list which is giving you examples. What can be different? Number one, first category. Items recorded only in financial accounts. There are many items which you have been told they are ignored while making cost sheet or costing P&L account. Lots of items are there. Some are purely financial items. Purely financial items like interest cost on debentures, appropriations. Sometimes in financial accounting, he gives you profit available for equity shareholders. He has deducted even appropriations like dividend, payments. Then losses like loss on sale of fixed assets and investments. Any losses like loss on sale of fixed assets or investments. I told you in cost sheet topic, cost sheet is meant for recording cost and not the loss. So all losses that are not recorded in costing but are surely recorded in financial accounting will cause a difference in net profit. Then preliminary expenses, written off, income tax expense. These are examples of items which are recorded only in financial accounts and not in cost accounts. Goodwill, written off or amortized, that does not come in cost accounting. Share issue expenses, loss by fire, any other loss that will come in financial accounting but does not come in cost accounting. Second category I can say financial incomes. Now here you can note one thing. Under costing only two incomes have been recorded. One is sales revenue, other is scrap sale, which we recorded in credit for recoveries. Other than that, no income is recorded. So all revenues other than sales and scrap sales, that also should not be of fixed asset. It should be of your product that you are making. That is credit for recoveries. Are considered in financial accounts only. Examples: interest income, royalty income, dividend income. One very interesting and important item is transfer fees. Transfer fees is an income, not an expenditure. That surely goes to financial accounts, does not come in cost accounts. Profit on sale of fixed assets or investments. They are all examples of such incomes. Number 3, items recorded in both financial and cost accounts at a different figure. There can be conceptual differences, there can be policy differences due to which a different amount is recorded in cost accounting and financial accounting. Examples there, understand them carefully. Depreciation. In financial accounting, they must be using some rates prescribed under Companies Act or Income Tax Act. Under cost accounting, they are using some logical method. Due to this reason, the amount can be different. Then, very important thing, overheads. In financial accounts, they are at actual amounts. In cost accounts, they are at absorbed amounts. Some method is applied under cost accounting on predetermined overhead absorption rate basis. The difference will create under absorption or over absorption, due to which there is a difference in both the profits. Stock valuation methods. Under financial accounting, it is compulsory to follow AS2. AS2 requires valuation as per lower of cost and net realizable value. If net realizable value is lower, the valuation will be lower under financial accounting. Under cost accounting, strictly at cost. Further, any method, FIFO, LIFO, weighted average, many other methods under cost accounting. Under financial accounting, LIFO is not allowed. So different method, different value, opening value different, closing value different, accordingly profit is different. Remember, for the purpose of reconciliation, opening stock is expenditure type item and closing stock is income type item, because it comes on credit side of the trading P&L account. So remember the basics, it will help you to make the memorandum reconciliation account in an easier way. Fourth category, notional or imputed items recorded only in cost accounts. There is one category, one cost category which is not recorded in financial accounting, especially in case of proprietor or even for corporates. But in cost sheet, cost accounting concept says you must use this. It comes rarely in exam, but still there is a category there, notional or imputed cost items. Examples: rent of self-owned building, salary to proprietor. In partnership, we do hear about this, rent to partner, salary to partner, but that also comes in appropriation account. But in proprietor, these concepts are not acceptable at all. Under cost accounting, they may still put it as a payment for factor of production. It's not made in cash, but still it is for factor of production. Contribution is to be given to them. So if it is recorded in costing, not recorded in financial accounts, it will create a cause of difference in profits. Using all these items and many more, if there is an error, different amount recorded, or omission to record a particular entry, either in financial accounts or cost accounts, that will become cause of difference. Once you find all the causes, you must get into making of memorandum reconciliation account. I'll make memorandum reconciliation account with exact 4 categories of entries other than the opening closing. Once you understand that, you'll be ready to do the question on this. So let us make along with me memorandum reconciliation account. This is debit side, this is credit side, and you're having particulars amount, particulars amount. Make it sure no ratification. If you can understand, you can do everything easily, and this is the easiest chapter. And in theory, many times 5 marks question has been asked, what are the causes of difference that we have just discussed. In any order, you can write these 4 points with examples. I will have the base, cost accounting. My starting profit will be cost accounting. Everything will be based on cost accounting, and balancing figure will be financial accounting. Profit is having credit balance by profit as per cost accounts. Why did I put circle? It will be either profit or loss. To loss as per cost accounts. Either profit or loss, one of the two will come. Both cannot come together. 2. Expenditure or expenses not charged or undercharged in cost accounts. I'll write one by one all the expenditures which are either not charged, first category items purely in financial accounting which are there, they are not charged in cost accounts, or undercharged, the difference amount I'll put there. Depreciation in financial accounts 1 lakh, in cost account 70,000. 30,000 less charged, 30,000 will come here. Any expenditure not charged or less charged in cost accounts. Debit side, because debit was less, so I'm doing that debit now. Credit side, by incomes not credited or lesser credited in cost accounts. Incomes not credited, I've given you full list. All income other than sale and scrap sale will come here, because they are not credited in cost accounts. Or less credited. Less credited example will also come later. On debit side, so if debit is less, I put on debit side. If credit is less, I put on credit side. If credit is more, goes to debit side. To incomes over credited in cost accounts. Any income which was put excessively under costing will come here. For all this purpose, closing stock is income type item. If it is 1 lakh in costing and 90,000 in financial accounts, means it is less credited in financial accounts, goes to credit side. Any scrap sale recorded at higher amount in costing as compared to financial accounts will come here. Incomes over credited in cost accounts. Similarly, by expenses overcharged in cost accounts. Debit overcharge will go to credit. Kharcha debit lesser on debit side. Kharcha excess, credit excess, debit excess on credit side. So remember, debit less, debit. Debit higher, credit. Credit less, credit. Credit higher, debit. Simple. If something is higher on opposite side, if something is lower on same side. And my base is cost accounts. If it is higher or lower in cost accounts, I am checking. That's where I started from. My base is, you can check here, my base was cost accounts. There can be alternative ways of doing. I am doing in the easiest possible way we can do it. Balancing figure now. Do you have to write all these things in exam? No. You have to find item whether it is debit, credit, debit, credit, debit, credit, and make your memorandum reconciliation account. Balancing figure. To profit as per financial accounts, by loss as per financial accounts. So one of the two will come, that will be the balancing figure. Many times it is given in the question. If not given, whatever balancing figure you will get, that is the answer of that particular question. Let us say question asks me, prepare reconciliation statement. Very easy. How can I make? Start from this, add credit side items, less debit side items, balancing figure is profit as per financial accounts. If it is loss to start from there, then this add and this less. It will be quite simple, but first thing is in rough or in fair, you are making memorandum reconciliation account. Before we reach the exam question, one note you should write for sure. Note. For the purpose of above analysis, closing stock must be treated like an income item and opening stock must be treated like an expense item. So never forget this basic item. Is closing stock income? No. It is to be treated like income because it is credit side item. Is opening stock an expense? No. but it is to be treated like an expense because it will be on debit side. So undervalued closing stock, where it will go debit or credit? Under costing, undervalued closing stock, income, credit. Undervalued means lesser, credit less. So what to do? Credit. Opening stock overvalued in costing. Opening stock overvalued in costing. Debit side item, more valued in costing. Debit more goes to credit. So make it sure you are able to identify these items, then memorandum reconciliation account can be easily created. And if required, we can convert that into reconciliation statement also. These are all the concepts, and we go on to one exam question on this. Here we reach an exam question on memorandum reconciliation account. This is May 2019. Question 1D. Compulsory question for only 5 marks, and it is specifically asking you to make memorandum reconciliation account. I am reading it once and then I will be doing it debit, credit, everything will be doing there. Mrs. Abid Private Limited disclosed net profit of 48,408 as per cost books for the year ending 31st March 2019. However, financial accounts disclosed a loss of 15,000 for same period. So management, the MD is very disturbed. The costing guy is saying profit 48,000 something. The financial accounting guy is saying loss of 15,000. So he says, go there, match every item, whatever is difference, put in the form of a reconciliation and bring it back to me. If you are going to make reconciliation for that, our base will always be cost accounting. And my answer is already given in question. Sitting in exam, you will get to know whether you are doing it right or wrong. First item, works overhead under recovered in cost books. What are works overheads? They are factory overheads. Under recovered, kharcha less recovered in costing. Where it will go? Debit. I am talking every item one by one, then I will make it from beginning till end. Expenditure under recorded in costing will go on debit side. Office overheads over recovered in cost books. Even if he had not written in cost books, under recovery, over recovery concept relates to costing only. So base is costing only. Administration over recovered in costing. Expenditure higher in costing. Debit higher will go to credit. Credit side it will come. Dividend received on shares. He don't have to write. It is certainly recorded only in financial accounts. Will now be recorded on credit side of my memorandum reconciliation account. Interest on FD. Do you pay interest on FD? No. You receive. It is income recorded only in financial accounts. Credit again. Provision for doubtful debts. Now bad debts you may be recording in financial books as well as cost books, but provision for doubtful debts, you never create any provisions in costing. So this is financial item loss or provision created in financial accounts. So now I will record in memorandum reconciliation on debit side. It is a loss item, provision item which is yet to be recorded in costing. So record it now on debit side. Obsolescence loss not charged in cost accounts. He has clearly said it is a loss not charged in cost accounts. Now I will charge it on debit side. Store adjustments debited in financial accounts. Store adjustment, he has to tell debit or credit. He has to tell. He has told in bracket. In financial, debit. Now I will record on debit. In costing, I are yet to record. Not recorded in debit side in costing. So on debit side, I'll record. Then he gives me depreciation in financial account 30,000, in cost books 35,000. In costing books, it is overcharged by 5,000. Expenditure overcharged will be taken to credit side. I talked every item debit and credit. I will put it in the form of memorandum reconciliation account, which will complete my question. Let us put. Memorandum reconciliation account. Question does not want, but I will show you statement also. Not required in exam because he is simply wanting prepare memorandum reconciliation account. Particulars, amount, this is credit, this is debit. In costing, there was profit. So I will start from credit side. By profit as per cost accounts 48,408. First item, works overhead expenditure item under recovered in costing. Under recovered will go to debit side. 2, works overheads under recovered. 48,600 is under recovery. Office overheads over recovered in cost books. Over recovered expenditure debit higher will go to credit. By use the same name. Let us not call it administration. He says office, I'll use the word office. I'm happy to write whatever the question gives me in the language. By office overheads over recovered amount 11,500. Dividend received on shares. Received is income. Income not recorded in costing earlier. By dividend received on shares 17,475. Next item same, interest on FD we are receiving, not recorded in costing, now we are recorded in reconciliation. By interest on fixed deposits 21650. Then provision for doubtful debts. Provision which is not recorded in costing will be recorded here. To provision for doubtful debts 17,800. Obsolescence loss not charged in cost accounts 2. Obsolescence loss 17,200. 2. Stores adjustment of debit nature. 35433. Now depreciation we have seen was overcharged in cost accounts by 5,000. By depreciation overcharged in cost accounts. This is 35,000 minus 30,000. So this is comparatively very simple question. Only one calculation you had to made, 35,000 minus 30,000. Everything else was directly given. No I add and get the balancing figure. So you put there 48408, 11,500, 17475, 21650, 5,000, 104033, minus 48,600, minus 17,800, minus 17,200, minus 35,433. I'm getting is 15,000. To profit as per financial accounts, $15,000. This tallies as per the figure given in the question. So this is tallied. This means my question is correctly done in the exam. For the sake of your understanding only, I am making reconciliation statement. If he asks you the statement, you should be able to convert into that format also. Add less format, I'll say. Not to make in this question, but in other question, he might be asking for statement, then in rough you make reconciliation account, convert into statement, and that will be the ultimate answer. Net profit as per costing, 48408. Add, all credit items are added. Office overhead, dividend income, interest on FD, over recovered depreciation. 11,500, 17475, 21650, 5,000. You will be getting there. Total, I hope, same. Less. Works overhead under recovered. Provision for doubtful debts. Obsolescence. Loss, storage adjustment. You can write them properly as I wrote in the memorandum reconciliation account. 48,600, 17,800, 17,200, 35,433. Add them all. You get 89033. Net profit as per financial accounts, 15,000. It is not difficult, even converting is very simple, but I like you to master the reconciliation account, memorandum reconciliation account, and then conversion can be easily made if desired in the exam. This is a complete reconciliation exam question, May 2019, question 1D.